Anyway, we can keep talking playoff hockey. I'm gonna sim at least another season of this Arizona Coyotes franchise we've had going on, where we're kind of treating it like the Vegas Golden Knights and just trying to win. And speaking of the Edmonton Oilers winning a Stanley Cup, there you go. What do the LA Kings do about their goaltending situation? I don't know what the hell Cam Talbot's final numbers were. I don't necessarily think it was like they couldn't have possibly won without, with Cam Talbot. Like, I don't necessarily think it was the goaltending that cost the LA Kings. I think they made a particularly bad bet on Pierre-Luc Dubois, who I saw someone do the math, by the way. Them buying out Dubois would actually save them so much goddamn money that I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. He'd be against the cap for like 14 million years, aka 14 years. But I think that's the big issue, is they have so much goddamn money tied up in someone like Pierre-Luc Dubois. Drew Doughty's still a good player, but he's not an $11 million defenseman. I don't necessarily think it's like, get Linus Allmark, that would work. But again, like the Vegas Golden Knights just won a Stanley Cup with freaking Adin Hill. I don't necessarily view it as like, oh, if they get a goalie, they're fine. Like, no, the Kings need a little bit more than that, I would say. Should the Kings have kept Jonathan Quick? No, I don't think Jonathan Quick, at least there's nothing to indicate that Jonathan Quick would be as good for the Rangers or would be as good for the Kings as he's been for the Rangers. It's entirely different systems, that can certainly help benefit, an aging goalie as well, an elder goalie, as Ovi retires without breaking the 931. Yeah. Toronto's gonna win with Joseph Wall, probably. By the time this freaking ends up on YouTube, people will know. I am so far behind on uploading YouTube stuff, by the way. It's crazy. If PLD got bought out, is he done in the NHL? He'll get a chance, but like dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. So. Oh, goodness. Would July 1st become PLD day? It would be. And it's probably the best. The Steelers decline Najee is a smart or bad move. I have no idea what the Steelers cap situation's like, so I do not have an opinion. That is my response at the moment. But if the Leafs win the Cup, Joseph Wall will never have to pay for a drink in Toronto again. If the Leafs end up beating the Bruins in round 1, Joseph Wall will never have to buy a drink again. He doesn't even need to win the Cup. Just beat the Bruins in the playoffs? It's crazy. It's crazy. Danger, I disagree. I mean, in terms of like, the Oilers playing like the Preds? What the hell have the Preds proven? The Oilers playing the Canucks. What the hell have the Canucks proven? Canucks had good regular season success, but, they haven't proven a damn thing. They had a very, very good year, but they haven't proven a damn thing. As we are not going to be able to trade up at all. That's a shame. That is a shame. All right. Wow, we are literally full Vegas. Did you see how much cap space we had? Look at that. And we still lost. Oh, boy. A lot of mid-round picks. Well, speaking of having to re-sign Jeremy Swayman, that's the situation I'm currently looking at. Oh, I really don't want to pay a goalie in this game. I might have to deal him for that 5th and a 6th. 3rd round pick and Chris Drieger. 3rd round pick for his signing rights. It's not too bad. I really don't want to get rid of him, but I am not going to pay a goalie $7 or $8 million in this game. If I were to get a Bruins jersey, do I get McAvoy or Swayman? Well, you know that McAvoy's signed for a while. Swayman hasn't signed yet, so. You think the Preds would have forced Game 7? I mean, can they? Yes. Should they? No, Vancouver should win that series. It should have been over to begin with. Like, not putting your foot down and winning Game 5 after the way they blew it in Game 4. It's kind of crazy. So, hey, we're going to send you back out east, buddy. Hopefully you end up hitting the free agent market. But I'm going to move on from you. Can I get anything for Chris Dreger? No, I cannot. Can I get anything for Yaniv? No, I cannot. Again, I don't think the Leafs lose Game 7. I might be wrong. When this ends up on YouTube in fucking August, people will be like, LOL, the Bruins won the cup. And I'll be like, whatever. But at the moment, I don't envision the Leafs losing that series. I just don't. All right, Costas Bears deal is up. Can I get anything decent for him? Not really. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I get anything for John Carlson? Because he has lost all of his abilities. Get Jordan Eberle signing rights. Not really much we can do there then. Can I get anything for Sean Walker's signing rights? No, I can't. Gavin McKenna goes first overall to Winnipeg. Forgot this was the Gavin McKenna draft. I don't really think there's too much I can do unless I get rid of people that I don't necessarily want to get rid of. Unfortunately. Let's see. Bjorkstrand's deal is up. Kane's deal. Marchessault's. Oh my god. Aha. This is, well, this is going to be an interesting offseason, isn't it? That's a lot of expiring contracts. Got that fucking Kevin Hayes extension. Please tell me someone will take Kevin Hayes. Oh, thank God. Doesn't even matter for what. Like, he is just not worth that potential deal. Second and third or a guaranteed medium 6. Poirier and 2/3. That is a hell of a deal. 2 seconds. That's not bad. Joel Hofer. Get a guaranteed medium 6 or take 2 second-round picks. That is the question. Riley Height in a third's not bad. It's absurd that Kevin Hayes has this trade value, by the way. This contract is fucking dreadful. Gavin Brindley in a second, the 63rd overall. I mean, that's pretty much the deal to take. There was one other that was interesting, but not as interesting. Gavin Brindley in a second. Making moves with Columbus, as we do. I don't know what the hell we do from here, though. What the hell do we do from here? What do we do? Is Kevin Hayes dating Taylor Swift or something? How did he get so popular? I mean, who's to say? I don't have a great response to that, other than just who's to say. Which name do you... Oh, it should be the Utah Yetis. That's why in this reality... The Utah Yetis are in, damn it. It should be the Yetis. And their AHL teams should be the Super Soakers. There are like no other trades I can make right now. Old Rubric goes second to San Jose. What else can we do here? I don't really think there is much we can do here. Aside from like deal the signing rights to certain veterans, but all of their deals are up. In terms of prospects, now's a good time to cash out on Oliver Kapanen, if we can. Second and a fifth. Second and Christian Dvorak. That's not great. Second and a fifth. 2/3. Second and a fourth from Washington. There we go. Let's get rid of Oliver Kapanen. He's not going to develop. What other younger guys do we have that might not be worth keeping anymore? We have a lot of medium top 6 forward prospects, and I feel like I had already traded away all of our prospects. I don't know how that's possible. Twamanen is terrible. Terrible. Give me get for you. A third and a fourth, 2 fourths. See, the AI are smart enough to know that this guy sucks, though. Third and a fourth, Riley Kidney. Matt Duchene, but there's no way he's worth that money anymore. 2/3 from Utah. That was a pretty good little deal there. We're going to have like 20 picks this draft. We're going to end up trading down a lot, too. But I'm getting a lot of draft picks to then try and trade up. Svitov, you're terrible. Third and a fourth from the Bruins. Anything better than a third and a fourth? Doesn't look like... Ooh, second round pick from the Rangers. We like that. Technically, it's from Vegas, but the Rangers second rounder. Darth, I'm doing good. Even though the Bruins lost Game 6, I'm doing good. I don't live and die off of the results of a game by game basis anymore. You know, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not like, yeah, the Bruins lost, like a lot of people are. But you know, it's like I'm used to it. For as much as Leafs fans like, yes, we're used to losing and stuff like that. Like, a lot of the Leafs losses, like the 2013 loss, they were playing with house money. They never should have come close to winning that series anyway. It's a disappointment, but it wasn't a choke. Really, I mean, when they lost to Washington the first time they made the playoffs in the Matthews era, that wasn't a choke. The first time they lost to the Bruins, I wouldn't really even define that as a choke. Like, it's really only been in recent years that the Leafs have had expectations and fallen short of them. The Bruins have been doing that for years. For years, I tell you. So, as I said, it's not as devastating as it used to be. How dare you take Raymond from Detroit? Morozov for Jonathan Drouin. Yes, for Toronto, I'll agree. Montreal and Columbus, those were really rough losses. The Montreal one, you can be like, well, John Tavares got accidentally brained, you know? Like, there were extenuating circumstances behind that loss and why it went down the way that it did. Let's see, third round pick from Nashville and New Jersey. We'll take that deal there for Nashville. Anybody else that doesn't really make sense to keep right now in terms of prospects that we can actually get something for? Can I get anything for Hansel? No, I can't. I already tried. Can't use Tavares as an excuse. I don't disagree, but also you can. Like, they still should have won it, but that injury did have a major effect on that series, you know? Yeah, we can keep those guys. Were there any defensemen? Nichushkin. Third and a fourth. Seems to be the going rate. 2/3 from the Rangers. Tanner Howe in a third? That's not bad. Jordan Binnington. There's my new goalie. 2/3 wasn't that bad, but we're going to go for Tanner Howe in a third. And then let's just see if there's any logic in moving Tanner Howe. 72 overall at 20. That's not too bad. Him and Badan could go, but we'll leave it at that for now. The first team that's willing to trade a pick is Detroit at number 13. One thing I really fucking wish they would add to a draft, and you know what? Literally, as I say that, I'm gonna freaking not even mark down. I'm gonna send this. I'm gonna send a direct message. A direct message. We really need the ability to sim to a certain pick at the draft screen. If a team at 13 wants to trade their pick, I should be able to sim to pick 13 with 1 or 2 button presses, not by hitting sim to next pick 12 times. There we go. Let's see if that does anything. And if it does, you're welcome. And if it doesn't, well, hey, at least I fucking tried. Let's see. Oh, speed, they are. I'll be the first person to admit that. I have a video all about that topic. There aren't too many teams that can choke like the Boston Bruins. They are amongst the best in sports at it. All right. Who is left on the board? All right. Our scouts didn't do much. They didn't do much. 1 year out. No confirmed ability for Hermanson. Nothing confirmed for Nemec. Why the Bruins look so flat over games 5 and 6? Lack of killer instinct and give a shit. All right, it doesn't look like we can necessarily go wrong, regardless of who we take here. We do know that Ivar Stenberg has abilities, though. He's just not a very good skater. But, yeah, we're looking okay there. We're looking all right. The question is whether or not Detroit wants to trade this pick. Do they? No, they don't. All right. Well, we got no way to move up to number 13 then. So we got Florida at 15. Hermanson's off the board. Big shout out to Avro. 10 months. I agree. Trade Austin Matthews to Utah. Let's just get it over with, you know? They're better off without him. It turns out he was the problem, not Mitch Marner. Yeah, these teams don't want to make any moves, man. Let's see. Pick number 19 is our next chance. Jesus Christ, Stanton. That was a hell of a pick for the Islanders. Minnesota, Ottawa, Dallas. Minnesota, Ottawa, and Dallas. Is there any way to move up here? Minnesota, Thomas Harley Thomas in the 6th. Akira Maki, that's not worth it. That's not worth it. Ottawa, Jared McCann, Brady Shea, Thomas Harley, Akira Maki in 2/5, or Bradley Nadeau in 2/3. What does Nadeau look like at this point? 79 overall, 21 years old. Okay, so he's not going anywhere. So if we were to make this deal with Ottawa, it would probably have to be Jared McCann to go, or Brady Shea. And I can't necessarily guarantee that whoever we draft will be better than either of them, because Brady Shea has done well. Even though he's got a fucking wicked shot, like he doesn't put up a ton of points, though. At least with us. Then again, he only shot 2% last year. That doesn't help. I don't like that asking price. I think we'll hold off. We will double check with Dallas. So Minnesota takes Edwards. Ottawa takes Rossi. Dallas. Any movement here? Any movements? Akira Maki and Bjorkstrand. Harley, Nadeau, Jared McCann. Not worth it. It's not worth it. We are not getting the right combinations. We got Colorado, Buffalo. Oh my God, like the rest of the freaking draft board basically is willing to make this deal. Colorado. No. Buffalo. Tatanka. Toronto. That's more like it. Bunch of prospects and Karl Vejmelka. Nadel Badan, Sakura Badan. Gulyayev in a 3rd. Let's see what Mikhail Gulyayev looks like. I mean, there's a good chance we can find somebody better. That's, 18 years old, like 74 overall. That's not bad. We're going to do that. We'll make that trade with the Leafs. Kind of dump Gulyayev, who will probably just end up being like a 3rd pairing defenseman. And see if we can get back into the 1st round here. San Luis off the board. Buffalo. All right, who do we got? Who do we got? Marcus and Liam Ruck. I mean, we have our Sedins. If we can pull off a trade for the next pick, we take the Rucks. Cole Bumgarner's not that bad. Tarmo's 1 year out. Preston's a year out. Preston has guaranteed unstoppable force. Alden. Unconfirmed ice pack. Gonna pull off a deal for both or not? Yeah, I think we go for the Rucks. Let's talk to Carolina. Carolina, are you willing to make this deal? No, you're not. Well, that sucks. So much for the Rucks. If I were to trade this pick, Blake Lizotte, second and a third, second, third, Logan Couture, but he can't be worth it at this point. Ryan Hartman, Jeff Skinner, Shannon Bennington. I think we should just take the pick then. Well, I don't think we're going to be able to get the Rucks as much as I wish I could. So, I mean, Baumgartner makes some sense. Again, Preston, though, has a guaranteed ability. So it's going to be Mathis Preston. 74, medium 6. Unstoppable force as a sniper, not bad. If a hot dog is frozen, is it still a hot dog? Yes, it's just a frozen hot dog. The term hot dog is not hot dog because the item is hot. It's not a coffee. It's a hot dog. You could have a hot dog and a cold hot dog. You could also then again have a hot iced coffee. But you could also have a cold hot coffee if you just wait long enough. Anyway, Vancouver. This is Vancouver. Are you willing to make a deal here? Nadeau, Sakura, Lakiramaki. Yeah, I'm not giving them back Lakiramaki. That's not happening. If chili is hot, then why is it not hottie? That's a great question. Baumgartner went. Boston? Are you willing to talk here? Lakiramaki, Sakura and how, Nadeau and how, Preston and how, Hagambodoin. The Badan. Bo doing. Yeah, it's not worth it. We're not going to be able to get the brothers. I tried. There goes the first Ruck. There goes the other Ruck. They broke up the Rucks. I'm upset about it. Vancouver, you willing to deal Boston's pick? Yeah, the asking prices are just way too high here. 30th overall from the Rangers. Felicio, Bjorkstrand, and Gutic. Okay, that one we can debate. Tough Ruck on that one. TKs, I think you're canceled. 76 overall at 20 years old for Will Felicio. Same thing as the other guy that we dealt. I think we do this. Yeah, Gutic's not that great anyway. Bjorkstrand is whatever. We'll make that deal with the Rangers. Make that deal with the Rangers. Should still be a good player to be able to get at pick number 30. Really quickly, though, what is that first round pick worth if we were to trade it? $11 million of Drew Doughty. I still can't believe the Kings traded Doughty to Chicago in this timeline. Second and third, second and fourth. Skinner, Hartman, Shen. Yeah, we'll make that pick too. The market is not very favorable to me at the moment. Capo Tarmo. Let's see. Leo Chalden. 1 year out. Unconfirmed ability. Dominic Poshkik. Daxon Rudolph. Daxon? Oh, God. If you're naming your kid Daxon, I mean, God damn it. God damn it. Cody, I don't think that'll be enough, but you never know. 2 years out. All right. I think All right, we pretty much know it's got to be one of these top two. Our scouts really liked Capo Tarmo, so let's go for the Finn. Good decision. 74, medium 6, not bad. And will the other guy fall to number 32? No, he will not. All right, so we have no interest in trading up again. So we'll send him to pick number 63. We got a trade offer, but I automatically declined those. I didn't realize both of our picks were going to be at the end of the second round. Okay. Do we have anybody available here that might not be shit? And the answer is probably not. Is it too early to start risking these picks? Is the next question. There's Low Elite and Gleboff. There are a lot of players to take a shot on here. It's just whether or not it's too early. And it does look kind of early. Central scouting ranks. Outside of Smith Pelly. Okay. We can trade one of these 2 second rounders for whatever we can kind of get. The 65th and Jonathan Drouin. I'm fine, thank you. Brendan Dillon. Again, Riley Kidney is out there. The trade down market is not looking all that spectacular. Shit. If you can't find the name on novelty license plates, you shouldn't be allowed to name a child. It's not a bad way to go about it, if we're being honest. Well, I'm not going to be able to trade this second, so screw it. Let's just start making picks and hoping for the best. We could go for Budai, but he looks to be quite Budai. The goaltender, Clarence Smith Pelly. Medium elite, 47 overall. Sweet, beautiful trade bait. Clarence Smith Pelly. Ooh, an enforcer. Who's next? It's close to being on our list. We'll go for Riley Austin. How good were you, Riley? I want to see the overall, though, not just the potential. 66 overall at that potential isn't the worst. Trade bait for sure. 47 overall, somehow with a 920. What he doesn't tell you is that he played in the league for 7-year-olds. Yes, Enroth or Matthias Cohn. I gotta go for the man at a Färjestad. Hey, medium elite 57 overall. More fantastic trade bait. Cohn should still be there as well. He is not. My laziness cost me a medium elite player. Oh well. Can't really complain too much. I mean, we've already made a Stanley Cup final in this timeline. Yeah, Linka's not that good. A lot of third-round picks. What else do we got here? Shout out to Clap Bombs, Wheel Moms. With the follow, the most Canadian username I've ever seen in my life. 1HL25 be on PS4. I fucking hope not. I really hope not. That would be one of the worst things that could happen to this franchise, or really to any sports game at this point, is to still be coming out for prior gen. So, if you want NHL 25 to be good, pray that it's not on PS4 and Xbox One. Pray that they didn't need to take the development time to make it work for the old stuff and could just focus on the new stuff. Because that will result in a better game. Fingers crossed. You wouldn't bet on the Bruins in Game 7? Fuck no! Why the hell would you bet on the Boston Bruins in Game 7 on home ice? What, are you new? I'm not like attacking you directly. I'm just being a dick. Because they're playing Toronto. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Again, the Leafs are not bigger choke artists than the Boston Bruins. That's not a thing. The Leafs have underperformed. There is a difference between underperforming teams and teams that are choking. The Bruins are chokers. The Leafs have been underperformers. What's the difference? A 65 fucking win season. That's the difference. Let's see, Vladimir Glebov, guaranteed low elite, huh? 48 overall goalie. Love to see it. Well, we should try to trade away the rest of these picks because there's not much left in this draft. We only got 2 picks anyway. Third round pick for a 6th and a 7th. They need to fix. Oh, God. Ugh. How is a 6th and a 7th worth a future 3rd rounder? Like I said, AI roster management is better than it's been in previous years, 100%. But there are still certain aspects to this game. It's like, man, it needs to be better. Man, it needs to be better. But that was a good draft for us in terms of restocking the cupboards that we can then use to trade away 1,000 people. Super Tony, what's going on? As opposed to regular Tony. Let's see what we got here. So, we'll let go of Chris Treager. At the moment, Karl Vejmelka's our goalie. We'll see if that holds up. We won't sign anybody yet. Defensively, Gostis Bear. Are you willing to take the 1-year cheap deal so I could potentially flip you if we suck? John Carlson's not going to get paid $4 million, so he's gone. Sean Walker, $3 million for 1 year is not that bad. So, Slavadamine can go. Koster can go. Langlois can keep him around for now. That's fine. McCoy, you were terrible, so we'll get rid of you. We don't have too many defensemen signed at the moment, I just noticed. For the forwards, Patrick Kane. Are you willing to stay for cheap for 1 more year so that way I can flip you if I need to? Jonathan Marshmallows, same thing. Cam Atkinson can go. Martin Pospisil can go. Ethan Conyon, he can go. Crosby, you can also go. Again, we are treating this team like it's prime Vegas. $7 million for Scott Lawton's a little bit rich, but if he'll take it. Brad Marchand, 1 year at 3.5. Vetrano, 1 year at 4. Patches can go. We'll save money there. Yakov Trenin can go. Save money there. Blay will let go of. LaFond will let go of. Not too fond of LaFond, if you know what I mean. And then down the middle, Kopitar. We'll go 1 year, $3 million. Morozov can go for the moment. Sturm. All these guys can pretty much go. Alexandrov. Nathan Gaucher can stay. No reason not to keep him. Jenik can go. Trevor Kuntar can go. We'll keep Harrison around. Matt Rempe we have to keep for obvious reasons. Got to keep Matt Rempe around. Badan needs to be signed. Thibodeau. We'll keep him. Shout out to whatever I want. Also a great username. Back-to-back good usernames. And then a great username on top of that. B Major coming in on the 30. The 30. Major, thank you for that. How are you? I hope you were well, my friend. Let's see. Vetrano, Marchand. Is anybody going to reject? Doesn't look like it. The 1 year overpayments worked out very well. How much money do we have? I'm doing good, Major. I'm doing good. We still have $29 million in cap space to work with here. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So we can make a play on any free agent that's out there, which I believe McDavid's deal is up. I don't know if he re-signed with the Oilers. He did. Jason Robertson's out there, though. So is Trevor Zegras. Max Domi wants $10 million. Like, look, I know he's winning faceoffs in the playoffs, but Jesus Christ. But, all right, that's interesting that Jason Robertson's out there. But he is an RFA, which means no shot in hell are we getting him. No chance in hell. Not as an RFA. That'll be 17 first-round picks and the rights to my firstborn son. Let's see, UFA goalies. So Columbus ended up keeping Swayman. If we were looking for good bang for your buck and money-wise, it would be John Gibson, based on overall and asking price. That's not too bad. So, John Gibson. See if we can bring you in for the year. Are there any goalie prospects? Carson Barneson. Had good experiences with him in the past. Eric Portillo's out there. Nobody else that's really worth anything. Defenseman. Rasmus Anderson, Michael Matheson. Jesus Christ, they both want so much money. Whew. Oh, the market, my God. I mean, like Carson Soucy at an 82 for 2.6 isn't the worst, but yeah, the defensive market's kind of out of whack right now. We'll wait that out. It said Screw Diamond Dynasty in MLB last week. Went to franchise, played 51 games, much more chill. Yeah. Franchise mode in MLB is a lot of fun. No defensive prospects out there either. For the forwards, any prospects? Voronkov, Chevsky. Don't really count anymore, nor does Morozov. Okay. In terms of the big names that are out there, I mean, we're not paying Max Domi $10 million. I mean, Sid's looking for about market value. Obviously, for 85s, you can save a tiny bit of money on Jason Zucker as a veteran. We'll look to do that. We'll compete with the Avs for Jason Zucker. For the 84s, Wenberg. Wenberg's pretty damn cheap in comparison to everybody else as well. So let's go for Alex Wenberg. As I said, we like these cheaper signings for players of a similar rating. And then for the 83s, of which there are a lot of them, we're pretty much looking at around $2 million, even if not sub $2 million, to get good value there. And there's Gustav Nyquist. He is older. He's 36, but that is the type of value that we're looking for. It's going to be a team of all forwards. So we'll wait and see what happens on that front. I need some of those big name guys to not get a butt ton of money, so that we might be able to steal them away for a little bit cheap. We need to redo our AHL coaching staff really quickly. Let's see, Mr. Jones, Carson Jones. Voronkov wasn't too bad, but he was, 25, 26? So he's not going to get any better. He is pretty much what he is, or at least not like drastically better. The potential doesn't really matter at that point. Max value for Carson Jones. Weissmuller. That was associate, right? Yeah, it was. Brady Weissmuller. Directly competing with Vegas as we try to be Vegas, which is fantastic. I don't know if it's going to work out, though. Probably not. That's been the theme. And then Goligoski, we don't need to go for right now, so that's fine. Any decent scouts we can bring in? Apparently, yes. Making cheap signings. Who are you, the Anaheim Angels? Well, my star player hasn't destroyed his knee again, unfortunately. Well, actually, I should say fortunately. I feel bad for Mike Trout. That's what happens when you put a franchise on your goddamn back. And Shohei Ohtani's like, here, I'll help. And then he's like, oh, God, they don't help you at all. I'm out. He was wise to do so. Very wise indeed. All right, what do we got here? Gonna have a lot of scouts. Again, bring back an inbox system. I do not want to have to hit, okay, cool, you signed on every single scout. Every single staff member. It's so tedious. It's so damn tedious. All right, what do we got for... Oh my God, please. Ugh. Okay, cool, I get it. Full staff. Gibson signs. Nyquist, Wenberg, Barneson. What about Zucker? Zucker as well. Are the big names gone? Are the big names gone? Rasmus Anderson is signed. Oh my God. Dude, the defensive market is absurd right now. People just disappear immediately. Christ. When Eric Goodbranson is looking like one of the better signings I could make, that is a problem. Christ, my third pairing this year might end up being Eric Goodbranson and Justin Schultz. We will go for Justin Schultz because that's a good cheap signing. We do have $21 million to work with. Max Domi has one team interested in him. Do we overspend on Max Domi? We might as well with how much money we have. See if we can give him like $11 million for the year to steal him away from Detroit. And then it's either we have him on the team or we can trade him away if it turns out we're not exactly playoff caliber. Let's see. Domi signs. There we go. The 1-year deal for Domi. Schultz signs as well. Crosby is still out there. $11 million left. I mean, we can't have Sid retire as a free agent. Let's overspend on Sidney Crosby at $8.7 million. Can we do it? There we go. Sidney Crosby is also a Coyote for this upcoming season. This team is a real who's who of the NHL over the last 15, 20 years. Christ. It will actually be Crosby's 20th season in the league, too. Well, at least, no, more than that, because he had debuted 05-06. 21st season. Even better. Even better. So, if we look at the roster, what are we going to look like here? Goalies are Gibson and Vejmelka. Barneson's actually backup caliber. Sorry to Carl Vejmelka, but you're going to start in the AHL. I want Barneson there, so he's actually in his proper role. Defensively, Shea, Harley, Goss, Despair, Hamilton, Walker, Schultz. So our defense is not as strong as it has as it's been in the past. And then for the forwards, Lakiramaki is up to a second liner. Jesus. Nyquist and Nadeau can go down, and then centers. Richie and Gaucher are ready. Okay. So we have too many forwards. We have too many forwards. That is unfortunate. Too many forwards. Carnage, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? All right. I love all the abilities Max Domi ended up with. So Gaucher and Richie are the two that either need to get some focus or need to go. That's a lot of second liners. That's a lot of second liners. Honestly, it's probably worth trading Gaucher and Richie now. And just trying to keep this damn team stacked. I mean, I normally try to play players within their proper role. But there's some good meme potential here, you know? Some good meme potential. Yeah, no specific rules for this or anything like that. It's just kind of a, hey, let me screw around and see if I can find some enjoyment in franchise this year. And, the answer is yes. There's still a good amount about it that needs to be addressed, but... So if we were to deal Callum Ritchie, which I don't necessarily want to do. Actually, can we deal Ritchie and Gaucher together? No. Shit. All right. If we were to deal Callum Ritchie. Could get Matt Roy, but he's not going to improve the defense that much. Is there anybody else that will improve the team? Felicio was a defensive prospect that we traded to the Rangers. We could get him back. Scott Mayfield. I don't know how good Scott Mayfield is right now. Riley Height. Nick Bjugstad. I mean, he doesn't necessarily help. Matthias Ekholm. All right, so we are looking at... Ooh, Baumgartner was in the most recent draft. We'll do that, because we know he was good. We know that he was good. And then Nathan Gaucher. What can we do for you? What can we do with you? Looks like it's going to be basically the same offers. How good is, or bad, is Scott Mayfield? Yes, is the correct answer there. It would be an improvement on Justin Schultz. We would absolutely be losing that trade. But it would be an improvement on Justin Schultz. I might have to do that deal. I might have to. Oh, I know the contract's bad, but the hell with the contract. We're not worried about contracts. We're the Vegas Coyotes. We're not worried about rules or contracts or anything like that. We just wheel and deal, baby. There's no consequences. Problem is, I don't really think there's another defenseman that kind of fits what we'd be looking for. 2 third-round picks from Detroit isn't exactly it. Ekholm. What does Ekholm look like? He's pretty much the left side version of Mayfield. Well, let's do something dumb. To hell with the consequences, baby. Give me Scott Mayfield. Don't even care. Don't even care. There you go, Lou. You won one. Lou Lamoriello has won a trade. Lou Lamoriello won't be the GM in 2020. Lou Lamoriello is going to be the GM until he says he's not the GM anymore. Don't you forget it. Do we have anybody else that we can sign here as we try to finalize what the hell we're going to look like this year? We don't need to sign a goalie. Defensively, Evan Peacock could be signed, but forward-wise, I mean, Malcolm Spence. Yeah, all these guys would pretty much be... Oh, actually, Tarmo would be in the AHL. Hold on. In the system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we don't really have any room for forwards. Fair enough. Soccer question, who should win the Ballon d'Or? True to words. Allison, because he's clearly the best and most valuable player to Liverpool, because without him, they suck. And even with him, they suck. That's what you get for asking a soccer question right now, is I'll make it about Liverpool, and then we can all be sad. Except those who aren't sad about it. What the hell am I going to do here? I need a couple of defensemen for the AHL. What do we got for veterans? Brendan Smith. Jan Ruda. Marco Scandella. Paul Ledoux. There we go. Because every team needs a good Paul on it. And we have ours in the form of Paul Ledoux. There we go. We got our defensive depth. So, again, I mean, Max Domi's the closest thing that we have to like an actual superstar on the team. I don't know how that makes me feel. But as we look at the team here, Wenberg, Vetrano, Marchessault, Kopitar. Anybody else listed as a third liner? No. So we are going to have Vetrano, Wenberg, Marchessault. Kopitar as the third line center. But I don't know with whom. Honestly, the answer's probably Brad Marchand and Jason Zucker. Bit more defensive. And then, I mean, McCann, Domi and Kane. Paulie, the 47 months. Paulie, thank you very much. How you doing today? Jared McCann is a two-way. I don't know if I agree with you on that one, Vassy. Yeah, McCann, Domi, Kane, Lawton, Crosby, Lakiramaki. It's certainly not a bad team. It's just, will the sim engine shine brightly upon me? I'm not worried about chemistry either because I'm going to double check things with the coach in a minute. In theory, Gostisbehere works out perfectly there. Let's go Harley, Hamilton, Shea, Walker, Gostisbehere, Mayfield. AI rosters are actually good, shockingly. I mean, I'm not going to check again this season because we checked recently, but again, they're not that bad. Again, shockingly is the key word there. AHL team looks good. The Salt Lake City Super Soakers ready to go. Let's see if season 3 in the desert. We're trying to get a cup ahead of when Vegas was able to do it. I don't think that's going to happen, but damn it, I'm gonna try for at least one more year.